lying here alone, restless in a faraway bed.
Hey, for the Wall Street Journal, I'm Jim Fusilli. Our guest today is Richie Sambora. Richie you know well from his work with Jovi as a guitarist, singer, songwriter. In fact, Richie's in the Songwriters Hall of Fame. He's back now with a brand new solo album, the aftermath of the Lowdown, his first in 14 years. Richie, good to see you. Let's go back to 2010 for a minute, okay?
Okay.
You entertain 35 million people all around the world.
Fantastic year.
You get off the road, and what, you want to go right back to work again?
I was very energized. You would think that after an 18-and-a-half-month tour, 52 countries, and you know the writing process and recording process up to that point with the band, I took a week off. I took my daughter on a vacation, and I came back, and these songs just started to happen. They started to materialize. And I knew I had a gap between the band business and the stuff that I had to do there. And I hadn't made a solo record in almost a decade, and so I decided to start throwing down and see what would happen.
Yeah. Now, are you one of those people that always has a guitar at hand, or
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
So you don't? Do you block aside time to write, or do you wait?
Oh, you know what? I write both ways. Sometimes it's a divine intervention thing, and other times I am very much of an old school kind of brill building guy, where I say today, let's write something. Because you know, when you're writing a song, it's basically you're checking in with yourself.
Right.
It's almost a psychological exercise in a lot of ways, where you just kind of like say, okay, how am I feeling today? And it becomes a conversation with your psyche. And you know, I think that's the way this record came about.
Right. Now, the ickier elements within the media gave you a kind of a hard time a while back. And it seems to me that what you've done is turn that experience into what you just said, an opportunity to look at yourself, have a cathartic
Sure.
experience, come up with some great songs. There's a lyric, what's it? Every knockdown was a spark.
Every
Yeah.
knockdown was a spark.
I love that.
Well, you know what? Taking a chance on the wind, essentially, that song on the record, there's a lot of freedom involved in this because, you know, I mean, it's not like you make no mistake about it. I'm a guy who has fallen down and got back up. And it's been, you know, I'm happen to be in one of the biggest bands in the world, so you know, it was highly publicized, all that stuff. So I had to, you know, go through that in the public eye. But honestly, it's a record about triumph and the freedom on the other side of getting through those hurdles. And obviously, you know, with I don't know if it's with everybody, but with men, I think especially, without pain, there's no evolution, there's no gain. So you have to kind of go through things in your life to grow up, and I think that's essentially what this record was about. You know?
Yeah, one thing, I mean, I like a lot of things about the record, but one thing I like is you really do take a hard look at yourself, and you pose questions, and you come up with some answers.
Yeah, well, you know, this record, a lot of people ask me, you know, like, why did you even take the risk of making this record? You know what I mean? And I said, hey, look, after all I've achieved over the last 30 years in the music business, and it's been a lot, thank God, you know, that this was another mountain to climb, and I thought that it was, you know, in essence, what I found within these songs. I was looking at my stuff.
Right.
And what I found, it's universal. It's everybody's stuff, the things that I've gone through. It's
Right.
maybe not in the same exact way, but I think there's a commonality in humanity that we all share.
Now, you have so many different sounds associated with you, and you do explore a lot of different
Genre.
on this album.
Yes.
But such a great guitar sound on this album. It's just a raw, crunchy, squealy sound, and you really let yourself go.
Absolutely.
This is going to please your guitar fans.
Well, you know, the thing is that what I've seen in the scape of music today is that nobody, first of all, is playing guitar like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So as a songwriter, I think that I created some songs that could house some of that playing. I mean, when I was a kid, when I started to play guitar, you know, I listened to Jimi Hendrix, I listened to Jimmy Page, I listened to Albert King, I listened to Johnny Winter, I listened to the Allman Brothers, Eric Clapton, Buddy Guy, Jeff Beck, guys that were taking the guitar and use it for self-expression.
Right.
It doesn't seem to exist today. So I kind of wanted to bring that back a little bit, but within the structure of some fine, well-written songs.
Right.
So I brought all that knowledge and everything to this record.
Here's Richie Sambora. The new album is the aftermath of the Lowdown. Using something old, something new, bringing it together, come up with a new, powerful solo album, his first in 14 years. Richie, good to see you.
Nice to see you.
All right.
Excellent.
For the Wall Street Journal, I'm Jim Fusilli.